Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. This is a 99% clairvoyant reading. If you are watching me live on the program, please announce yourself when you come into the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, Bill Hobart, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the videos, and please leave a little comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because when you do that, YouTube will use the algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who need a little bit more coaching for the soul, and you help me build the channel. Also, there's a bell down there also. If you please hit the bell, you will get notified when I post videos on my YouTube channel. So, yes. Hi, Alex. Hello. Today's gonna be a really intense day, so be prepared, everybody. Lots and lots of stuff to talk about. Yeah. Also, if you, I'm trying to think what else I'm supposed to do. Hey, Allison Strange, how's it going? Because I'm in the stratosphere again today. I have been all week. So, yeah, it's interesting. Interesting, James. Yeah, I've been hanging out. See everybody who's here. Yep. So, yeah, there's lots to do, lots to talk about. All the energy's in my chest, and I'm like, boom. Been wanting to talk for like an hour, and I'm like, no, we have to wait. No, we have to wait. So, yeah. I have readings open on Saturday, everybody. Somebody booked a party and then canceled today. So that kind of sucks. So, the appointments should be open if anybody would like one. If you can't get the time that you want, if it seems to be booked up, call me, 248-310-7689, and I will see what's going on. Because the person who does my computer, my website, she's trying to go in and do what she got to do, but she doesn't let me know if she's done it yet. So anyway, yeah. So Saturday, there's readings available from 11 to 2. No, I'm sorry, 11 to 1. Okay, so 15 minutes, half an hour, everything. Hey, Kathy. So yeah, that Saturday, and I'm open tomorrow. I think I've got 4 open tomorrow so far. So yeah, pretty good. Next week's good too. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, so a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. Yeah. So we'll see who else pops on. Hi, Nancy. How are you? I'm gonna do the hey, Nancy Paris. I'm going to do the psychic fair in Saginaw again in the spring. Yeah. So Nancy just moved from New York City to Connecticut to get out of the city after a long time. So congratulations. How is it? Hi, Janice. How's it going? Yeah, so today's going to be good. Hey, Pat. How are you doing, my friend? What's going on? What is going on? So wait another couple minutes here. No, it's going to be, hey, Kimberly. It's going to be Saginaw or Frank. I think it's Saginaw. I'm doing that one. Yeah. Or no, it's Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth first. I think Saginaw second. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm gonna put it up there. I'm gonna have her put it on my website. Okay. And once I know, I'll let you guys know. Yeah. Doing Jackson also in April. Yeah. But I believe it's all in April and May. I believe so. Yeah. Yes. So I'm doing like 4 psychic fairs, and that's all I'm doing this summer, I think, maybe 5. And they're, 2-day fairs around Metro Detroit. Yep. So I'm doing parties and things too, so it's a good deal. And individual readings too. Yeah. So, okay, I think we're going to start, because Spirit keeps telling me to start. So, like I said, it's going to be intense. So, and thank you, Pat. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. This is going to be a good channel. All right. We're going to start. Okay. So Spirit wants everybody to get this. This year is going to be the best year of the last 20. Hi, Carson. Everything in your life is going to change. All right? Everything in your life is going to change. And your guides need you to understand. The universe says need you to understand. God needs you to understand that you have to participate in that. That there is absolutely no way that they can take you where they need you to go unless you agree. All right? You make your own environment. You make your own energy. They will pick you up and set you down, but it may not be as far as you'd like to go. Now, he says after March, the full moon in March, I believe it's the 5th of March, everything is going to tumble forward in extraordinarily quick fashion. He wants everybody to understand that you have to be somewhat prepared for that. Start asking now for what you want and how you want your life to change. Because if you are not asking for what you want, we cannot bring it to you. You are the master of your destiny. And he knows that you are fearful about the future. We know you are fearful about the future. We know that you may not understand here what is there. He says, trust us. Everything there is 100% better than it is here. He says, in the next 2 years, your life will completely change by 2025. Everything that you fear, if you allow it, will dissipate. We will take from you, he says. It's those of you who are attached to the fear, those of you who live in the fear, those of you who invest in the fear every day of your life, wondering why the fear is there. You will be challenged to let that go. Because we need you there. You are the teachers of the future. And you have to understand that that is your destiny. It is about changing your energy. It is about changing who you believe you are. Oof. Sometimes we don't understand humans' aversion to the future. We don't understand why you live in this place that you hate, that you do not enjoy, when all you have to do is walk forward. All you have to do is allow us to take you forward. But so many of you sit in fear of the future, even though you complain about it, even though you don't understand it, that you live in your childhood attachments. This is the time to let that go. This is the time to understand that is not who you are any longer. But so many of you invest and invest and invest by sitting in that toxic energy, which does not serve you. When you sit in that energy, all that you do without our help is intensify it, make it harder to get out of. It traps you. It traps you in the energy, and no one can get you out of it but you. Understanding that we cannot pull you out of that. We cannot. It is self-determined. You have to make sure that when you have those thoughts, when you have those feelings, that you correct them 100% of the time. If you allow your inner, if you allow your inner negativeness, ego, to control your destiny, you may be left behind. Okay? I don't want that for anybody. All right? Especially watching Coach for the Soul and you're doing your spiritual stuff. Next wave. Your people and God are trying to get you to the destination. They're trying to get you to the promised place in your soul journey. We know human has aversions to happiness. We know human believes, because of the length of time their souls have been in that energy, that they do not deserve that. They speak like they do. They speak like they deserve that. They speak like they want that. Ooh, man. They speak like they believe that, where internally they do not. Oh, yes. this conversation, this energy, hey Blake, this conversation, this energy continues through them. And they don't even know that they're doing it because that's who they believe that they are. Internally, he says outside they have a clown mask on. They have a mask on of this is what I'm doing my work, I'm doing what I've got to do, but they only do it part of the time. They don't do it all of the time. You have to commit to your future, Spirit says. You have to commit to what you want, all right? It's not about what you need, it's about what you want. Understanding that the word hope is negative. I hope I get that. I hope. It is tied to your inner sorrow. It is tied to feeling like you're not going to receive it. That is negative energy. That works against you in us bringing you to the place because, yes, it's hard for us to get you to the place because you are so heavy. You're so heavy with doubt. You don't believe, you don't trust, because you don't know for certain it's going to happen. Without trust, we cannot partner with you. Without trust, we cannot take you where we need you to go. Not that your human will not go, but it will kick and scream trying to stay back to where it feels comfortable. We have taken many people forward who have tried to retreat back because they did not like or understand, he says, the energy of their future, the energy of who they're supposed to be, their energy of knowing. This is a long-term process. You were brought here to the planet for one reason, for ascension, for evolution, to be the teachers of the future, to understand that those around you will need you, that you've been downloaded with a cause. You've been downloaded with a cause, he says. And the cause is humanity. The cause is the change on the planet. The cause is why you're here right now, this time. He understands being apprehensive. He does not understand the fear. And soon gotta slow down. Soon I can't say the word, apprehensions will cease. Human is so full of doubt. Hey Liz, human is so full of but what if, but what if, but what if. If we could change the narrative inside every human, we would. But that's not our job. We cannot do that. They are a product of their environment. They're a product of how they were raised. They're a product of how many centuries, how many thousands of years they've been on Earth. That now needs to be disbanded. That now needs to be released. That now needs to be not understood, he says, but seen and gone, or package it up and send it. Package it up and send it. He says, though there are people on the planet today who want to divulge into their past lives, who want to divulge into who they've been. He says all that because they because they want understanding, because they want to understand, they want to get it, they're filling their head and their body with nothing but past life energy, which does not serve them in the future. It only makes them harder to lift and place, because this is 3D energy. I wish I could get across the 3D lifetimes do not matter. They do not, they do not matter in your ascension. They do not matter in who you're supposed to be this lifetime. They do not matter. They do not matter. They do not matter. Because when you are in the fourth and fifth dimensional energy, you will not remember any of that. That does not serve you anymore. It does not serve you anymore. Again, we don't understand why human buries their feet. or try so hard, he says, to get to where they have to go instead of allowing us to do it at the right place at the right time. And for human, it's a control thing, which is tied into fear. Fear in their hearts, fear in their hearts, fear in their bodies, fear in their hearts, which runs rampant through their body. Yes, we understand that trust is hard to, what is that? Intake. Hard to evolve to. But at some point in time, you have to trust. Hey, Michelle. Because I know. We're trying to prepare you for what you will see and what you will, in the energy that you'll be in as you move forward in the next 2 years. This year will be monumental, he says. And if it's not monumental for anyone who's listening now or in the future or to other people, it's because you didn't believe, because you didn't trust, because you didn't invest in yourself, which is your spirituality. We get it, but we don't. We know that all of you are heavenly beings. We know that all of you are in the process of true ascension. All of you are on the precipice of knowing. But then the other part of you is doubt and frustration. Hey, Heidi. Doubt, frustration, fear. Those are three things which absolutely you've carried over thousands of years. Those survival techniques will not work in 5D. And when you get to 5D, the struggle between now and 5D in 2030 is going to be absolutely life-changing. Understand that in that process of shedding, past lives, in that process of allowing, again, the flow, the energy for us to get you, for us to pick you up and move you forward, is going to be very distracting. Be very distracting. And fear will pop up unless you trust, unless you not even understand. He says, you don't even have to understand. It's about trusting in us, trusting in our future, trusting in where we're supposed to go. He says most will believe that they're trusting. Most will believe that their fear is been dissipated until we begin to move you. And that is something, yes, hang on. So guys, that is something that I want everybody to understand, is that when we start moving and grooving after that full moon in March until the end of May, okay, because Pluto is in Aquarius, okay, and doesn't go into Aquarius full time till next year, but it's 21 years in Aquarius. The life that we're living now is no more, okay? The life we've lived in the past is no more. Okay, so we have to understand, truly we have to understand that we're going in that direction, and what is my participation in that? What do I need to do to facilitate, to allow them an easier time? Because if they have an easier time, we have an easier time. What does that mean? It means that I'm doing my stuff. I'm working out my shit, right? I'm looking at myself going, okay, what do we need to work on? This, and this, and this. Okay? Looking at that and going, okay, I need to work on it. How do I work on it? Again, I've told you guys before, social media, liking things, putting hearts on things, having conversations out loud with your guides, doing your guided meditations at least twice a week if you possibly can. All right? Clearing meditations. Understanding, you clearing meditations, it makes you easier and lighter for them to move us forward. And also, Okay, he just popped in here again. Documentation is extremely important because if you do not document what you have done and what you have done and what you're doing, you're not giving yourself the credit that you actually need in the future. Because as you get into high fourth, you will find things that you've written. You will find things that you have said. You will find things that you told somebody about how it was going to be up there. And that will give you a sense of calm, a sense of love. Ooh, sheesh. Not a sense of understanding, he says, because that's human. A sense of knowing. A sense of knowing exactly where you're at and how you got there by documenting things that happen. Lucid dreams, okay? When somebody talks to you, right? You see something that you recognize, be it a meme, be it something on YouTube, be it something that I post. Is it coaching for the soul? Is it resonating? Is your head starting to tingle? Is your heart getting big? Are you being emotional about things? All right, that's the key. Because as you go down this row, as you go down this line, trust me, as you go down this road, there's going to be things that you today, last week, last year would be afraid of. You will not be afraid of them as you go forward if you invest in yourself. Something he keeps saying is that human does not understand that. They sit still and expect us to do the work. It doesn't work like that, guys. It doesn't work like it doesn't work like that. Even if you think your life is great, if something happens to you that is this big, you will go into fear because you have not practiced getting out of fear. You have not worked on allowing that energy to dissipate. I know. Human ego is suppressing it until it needs to use it to reel you back in, Spirit says. We see it every single day. Every day that we have conversations with people, they say that they're at this place. They say when we know for sure they're not at that place. Hey, Lisa. So what we do, we interject, we put obstacles in their way to see how they will react to going down that road, and how they will react to being pushed back, how they will react to and I know it's always fear. He says it's always fear, and sometimes fear will rise up so deeply, so intensely that it pushes them back. And they don't understand once the energy lifts, how do they get way back here? Because their ego allows them to lie to themselves. Their ego allows them to believe that, oh no, I'm doing my work. Oh no, because everything seems to be copacetic. Everything seems to be calm. He says until it's not. Others are going through challenge after challenge after challenge and wondering why. Because they need to look at their stuff. Why do I react to that? What about that makes me fear? What is it? What does it make me sad? Is it something that happened to me in my childhood, in my 20s, in my 30s? Did somebody that I love pass away? Everything that happens in the human collective is repairable. Hey, Pratik. Everything in the human collective is not usable in the future. That's why you have to make sure that you're clear with yourself by speaking to yourself, understanding yourself. And if you don't understand yourself, that's where they come in. Because we will bring you things to help you understand yourself. What humans' problem is, we send it to them in any form possible, any form necessary, and they dismiss it. Hey, Michelle. Because they truly don't believe in their spirituality. They truly don't believe in who they're supposed to be. They truly don't believe, they don't have faith. They don't understand because they're locked in a world which no longer serves them. as they break the bars down, some do it quicker than others. They will realize that, oh shit, I should have done this sooner. That's okay for now. But as you move forward, you have time to make up. You have work. Understand. Hang on. I'm just thinking, I just did a 360 on that. All the time you spend in fear could be used on your spirituality, could be used on understanding who you are, understanding and healing yourself, forgiving yourself, he says, forgiving parents. Hey, Amanda, forgiving anybody in your life, in this lifetime, that hurt you. In any way possible. If that is a conversation, if it's a sentence, if it is just something that they said, or the way they treated you. One of the only ways to, one of the best ways to become later, to become invested, is to do your work. Is to do your work. It's hard work, he says. We all know it's hard work. You have centuries of stuff that you brought into this lifetime for one reason. That reason is to just destroy it, to remove it, to let it go. He says, you are the beings who decided to do that in this lifetime. You picked your circumstances, he says. And your soul knows that. Your spirit knows that. But human lives in emotion. Human lives in negative emotion. Ooh, yes. It is their job to remove that negative emotion, to clear themselves, to clear themselves, to clear themselves, to clear themselves. We cannot do that for you, but you will not, but I get it. You will not be that human. You cannot be that human in the future. Because everything in the future is about love. Loving each other on a loving planet, in a loving country where everything is changed. The life you live today is not the life you will live in 2 years. It's not what you will live in 5 years, or 7 years, or 10 years. And human is fearful. Human is afraid. Human is afraid of what that is because they don't know what it looks like. That's third dimensional energy. True. Third dimension, this last portion of third dimension does not serve you. This last portion of third dimension does not serve you at all. And that's why you chose to be here now. For the challenge, for the release, for the hallelujah, he says. All the time knowing that your soul knows, your spirit knows that things are shifting, that things are changing, that everything is going through this process of illumination. Ooh, man. And we need you to be part of that. We need you to be part of the whole process. No more institution, he says. The institutions that you know today, the structure that you know today, will not be able to survive in 4 and 5D. He says because 5D is definitely the destination. And then beyond. But we have to get you ready to be comfortable in 5th dimension. In 5D, he says. You have to do your work. And we all know that you have to do your work. He keeps bringing up fear. Constantly. Just fear, fear, fear. Heal yourself. Use all the tools available to heal yourself. Because once you do, you'll be very, very surprised at how you feel. He goes back to the word hope. Well, I hope that happens, he says. I hope. He says, hope should not exist in your vocabulary. And he says, and it is ingrained in your vernacular. It is ingrained in that. That's what you were taught. I hope that happens. I hope that doesn't happen. He says many times, people are the last. They are, I hope this doesn't happen. I hope this doesn't happen. I hope this doesn't happen. And all they're doing is making it happen. In the next 2 years, understand that you all will be abundant. That you all will be abundant. Chimes. Monetarily, with energy, with positive energy, loss of the negative ego. Understand that this is your chance to move forward. This is your chance to alleviate your pain. This is your chance to look at it, understand it, or not understand it, but feel that you need to let it go. We can help in that process, but we cannot take it away. James. Life is a challenge right now, and it's supposed to be a challenge in the third dimension. It will not be like that in the future. It will not be like that ahead of you. Sorry, Bailey's doing something in there. Bubba, what are you doing? Also, okay. The food you eat is toxic. The food you eat is toxic. Yes. Even that will shift. Food will shift. Water will shift. You will realize how what you put into your body changes the way that you look, changes the way that you feel, changes who you are as a light being. Also, he says, water has energy of survival in it. Not survival, living. Because I went, survival? No, living. There are properties in water that you do not know yet. The healing prospects of water, the energy that is in water that can change and shift your biologics. Hang on, guys, you gotta put Bailey in his bed. Every week, guys, he hears me talking, and Spirit's in the house, and things energy-wise, he's like, well, what's going on? Who's here? Okay. Let me see. Oh, God, he kept talking while I was doing Bailey. So let me go back. Water is life, he says. Water is life. Also, be ready to learn about the Lemurians and the Atlanteans. Ancient knowledge is coming back. Those of you connected with those civilizations will soon learn in the next 2 years that you're part of that civilization. And you will be going back to that civilization. They will, yes. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Atlanteans and Lemurians will reemerge. They're spiritual beings from the gods. Not from us, from the gods, from the universe. Others will show themselves. They're presently on your planet. They have extreme knowledge. They have the ability to connect. Be ready to become telepathic. As you go through your process, more and more of you will be able to speak, he says, connect without speaking. That comes from the Atlanteans and the Lemurians. Okay? And others on the planet have other things to teach us. Sorry guys, the furnace is kind of loud. All of that DNA has been downloaded. All that he shows me switches inside the human body. That click, 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 click. You will not know about activation as dreams start to happen of beings you do not know. Beings that you, interesting. Okay. Man, guys, this is awesome. As you connect with beings that you do not know, meaning the Atlanteans and the Lemurians, and others, probably aliens that are here, you may not know who they are in your dreams, but they're there to activate you. They are there to make you aware. They are aware as a precursor, he says. So if and when you do meet, it's a way to get rid of the fear. True. They are all coming back. They're all coming back, not to save the planet, but to work with the planet. Wow. Those of you that are scheduled for activation, those of you who will recognize when you hear anything having to do with Atlantis, Lemuria, or other civilizations that have been on planet Earth, you'll hit here. You will recognize it internally. As your brain starts to change, as your brain starts to develop, as your brain switches from third dimensional, hang on, he's showing me something instead of talking to me. Third dimensional brain has developed to be the beast, and your fourth and fifth dimensional brain is evolving not into a beast, but into a higher dimensional power. You will recognize the others. You will recognize them through speech. You will recognize them through energy. You will recognize them. And something will tell you that's who they are. Many will admit who they are because they see who you are. They see your light. They see your energy. And they know your destiny. So when they do show up in dreams, possibly in person, as you go through your ascension, he says you're going to say WTF. Hopefully, most of you will not. Hopefully, most of you will be like, okay, I get this. Okay, I understand. But you have to understand, he says, no one around you will get it. Nobody around you, they're not supposed to know. Because it is an individual journey. He needs to say that again. Your journey is an individual journey, not a group journey, an individual journey. So you will be at different places than others in your family. He says, in your availability. We're fast approaching 5G. That's our destination. The crew needs you to get on board and understand. It is very, very important that you do your work, that you allow, that you flow, that you stop being so hard. Not only on you, but others. You have to forgive. He said you have to forgive yourself, you have to forgive others. Many of you blame yourself for your life, and that needs to stop. He says he needs you to invest in that was your journey. That was your journey. Your soul signed that paperwork in that soul contract. And that soul contract is ending as you move into fifth dimension. That is a third dimensional contract. We have no contracts in 5D. You are free-spirited human beings, able to do whatever you want to do. He says the amazing thing is that when you get there, when you're living in that energy, the rest of the world will catch up with you. That will be the frustrating part for most humans as they do make the ascension, as they do go through the process of elimination, he says. And they're able to basically float into fourth and fifth dimension. They'll wonder why more people aren't doing it, not seeing the millions around the planet, hey Susan, who are already there too, that you will meet in the future in fifth dimensional energy. Ooh, yes. That's crazy. It will be a family reunion. It will absolutely be a family reunion. You will meet people that you know when you see them, when you feel their energy. And he says, and do not be surprised if you have conversations with these beings about where you know each other from. New friends, new tribe, new information. New friends, new tribe, new information. Some of your families will ascend and you will not know them. Interesting. You will not know them. Or they will not know you. Everyone's life in 5D has a purpose. That purpose is love. That purpose is understanding. That purpose is love. Yes. Love on this planet like we've never had before. Yes. There's never been so many high energy. Oh my God. Never in the planet's history has there been as many high energy beings, humans. Of allowing the energy to lift the planet as it moves out of where it's at, as what's going on now. As people are in this transformation, the energy is already lifted. It's already changed the way that they're living their lives. It's not about investing, he says. It's about allowing. That's true. Because when you're investing, hang on, I'm going to stop them for a minute. Hey, Eric, when you're investing, you're trying to make it happen. Okay? Can't do that. Okay? All you have to do is do your work. Okay? Talking out loud to yourself. Talking out loud third person, right? Talking to spirit. I'm telling you guys, if you talk out loud, you will get things so much faster this year than you've ever dreamed possible. But you got to be specific. Okay? You got to be specific. I don't know how many people say in a reading with me, Bill, I'm so tired of being poor. Then change it. Okay? Change it. The only reason you're not abundant is because you're not allowing yourself to be abundant. Because you're sitting in energy that no longer serves you. No longer serves you. Spirit is shaking his head, yes. Okay? You can't do it. Because we're all going to be abundant in the future. But I would rather you start to be abundant now. Asking for what you want. I want to do, what's next for me in a job? And I want to make $100,000 a year. Do you believe you're worth $100,000? Or is it, I'm just putting that out there. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay? When human does that, right, the energy shortens to almost nothing. Because inside of themselves, inside of who they believe that they are, they do not believe that they're worth that amount of money. He says it's easier to complain and bellyache and to hold that energy because that's what human has done for 12,000 years. Yes. Human has been enslaved at some point in the 12,000 years, which carries over into this lifetime, making them believe that they don't deserve. So when we bring the abundance, when we bring good things to them, what will they do with it? They say that they'll be okay with it. They say that, okay, I just got a $10,000 check or a $100,000 check, whatever it might be. Just won the lottery, whatever it might be, right? And they go ahead and buy things that don't serve them from a third dimensional point of view. He says it's not about holding on to it and saving it. That's not it at all. It is about, okay, being in the energy, being in the place of saying, okay, Spirit, now what do I do with it now that you brought it to me? Or if you want it for a certain reason. Hey, Camilla. Oh, hey, Camilla. Human is famous for that, asking for something, and when they get it, it shocks them. And they go completely out of control. They lose any momentum that they had moving into the fifth dimension. We want you to bring that abundance with you into the fifth dimension. And all of you can have that today. But it starts with you. It starts with you truly looking at yourself and being conscious of exactly who you are in this lifetime. And many of you will not do that. You'll settle. When energy starts to shift and you are bombarded with knowledge, when you are bombarded with knowing, many of you will be startled. Many of you will think, WTF. Yeah. When you get to the level of knowing, when you get to the energy of knowing, there will be some time of getting used to that, of being, yes. You can be conscious, but then again go, okay, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel foggy? Why do I feel light? Why do I feel ungrounded? Why do I feel? That's all part of ascension. That's all part of removing you from third dimensional energy and moving you forward into your future, into who you're supposed to be. It is easier for you to attract all the things in this lifetime that you deserve. So please do, right. So please do not, when you get there, when you have a day or two, because that happens days at a time or hours at a time, please do not say, oh my gosh, what is this? That's third dimensional response. If you do the work, you should understand that everything that is happening is for you. Everything that is happening, all the changes, all of the sleep patterns, all the eating patterns, all the things that you've done in your past are going to shift and be different. So when you get those things, when things start to happen, believe it's us. Believe it's your guides. Believe it is the universe getting you ready for a greater purpose in this lifetime. Oh, shoot. He says, because it's true. It is definitely true. Anybody watching this live, anybody watching this in the future, or the future, will understand its meaning, will understand exactly what is happening to you and the planet as a whole. You just can't see it yet because of things being scattered, because of humans being scattered. They're not in one specific area. In fifth dimension, they will be in one area. Why? Because we'll be attracted to each other. And the world will be much easier to walk, to move through. And I've said this before. After 2030, those of you who have committed, those of you who are in that flow, who are in that space, will be able to teleport yourselves to places in the world that you'd like to go. Not everywhere. Places friendly to us. Okay? He understands that you cannot imagine that, who you'll be. He says we understand the evolution of human. We understand who you're going to be when you get there. You will still look the same. You will still love the same. You will still be the same, but with no anger. Anger does not serve love. You'll understand how to solve that problem. You'll understand, awesome. You'll understand everything you're supposed to do. Why? Because you'll be in that energy where it will not even come to you, because you've let it go as you've moved up and into fourth dimension and on into 5D and beyond. Many of you who are younger, even some older folks, older humans, he said folks, will pass right through 5D into 6D, maybe into 7, 8, 9, whatever, because that is your destiny. And those of you that are older, do not look at age as the limit. Water will change your life. Properties in water will change your life. James. You will live 25, 30, 40% longer, hi Erica, than anyone in your family ever has. Because the human body will not age like it does in third dimension. It has to do with water. The healing properties of water, the context of water, the healing process of water. That's all coming in the next 2 to 3 years. Most will not believe it. But as your as the energy shifts on the planet, especially in our country, in the United States, people will know things. There'll be the people that understand it, that believe it, that are looking to the future, and the ones that do not, kind of like now. These people over here will be the ones who eventually perish because they are not, they refuse to be part of the process because of who they are this lifetime. Over here, these people will go, we get it. They'll have, because they're in their spiritual journey, because they're in that energy of ascension, because they know not how, but they don't know why, but how they're supposed to be there. Many in your country, in government, are in the process of transformation. Although they cannot let anyone know that they're in the middle of transformation. Many of them see us. Many of them talk to us. Many of them believe in us. And they understand that we are the future. It is not a power game at all for those who are on that trajectory, as all of you are on that trajectory. It's not a power thing at all. It's a peaceful thing. It's a love thing. It's an understanding that you're now facing the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius is energy. And understanding that in the age of Aquarius, everything in your lifetime is going to, everything in your future life is going to change. It's going to switch. Everything in which you believe in or believed in at this time will be gone. Will be gone. And that will be a challenge for some humans. Because they will be afraid. They'll be in fear. Well, what happens if? He says, what happens if? Others will calm them and say, no. Stop thinking like that. That's not the way that it works. Up here. Government will shift in 24 and 28. By 28, government will be 28, hang on, 24, 26, 28, 30. Government will make the shift to higher dimension. You will not do things the way that you do them now or that you've done in your nation's history, in your history. The things that you have been involved in, the things you have roots to, will not be there. Again, preparing yourself for the fear of not knowing, but understanding inside that's just negative ego. That's just your survival technique, he says. That is just what you've always known. As you know the other, as you know the love and the peace and the flow and the allowing and who you are this lifetime, this will dissipate into a positive ego. You will carry positive ego into the future because there is no more fear. There is no more anything. He talks about Dr. Doolittle. He talks about, right, Dr. Doolittle, you could talk to the animals. He also says, the animal kingdom being peaceful. All right? Hey, Teresa Parker. Animal kingdom being peaceful with mankind, with humans. They will ascend also. And others will reappear. Other animals and things will reappear. Just like the Lemurians, just like the Atlanteans. And others that are here. Your future is bright, he says. Stop looking at the negative. Stop looking at the work as being a negative prospect. Ooh, yes. If you would just stop thinking about the negative, put that away, dispose of it, drop it, work through it. Whatever you need to do to make yourself more peaceful, that is your journey. That is your journey getting you ready for who you're supposed to be, who you're going to be in the next 7 years. He keeps saying, you will be different humans by then. And the process is not, the process is glorious if you keep your fear in check. If you remind yourself out loud, not in your head, he says, which is true. Head talk is he says, head talk is for people who are not coming to 5D. Head talk would not be possible in fifth dimension. Because those of around you will have evolved. They've evolved into higher dimensional human beings. That will be some people's struggle as they get there. So he shows me stairs. And he shows people being along the stairs. The stairs are really wide. There's people along the stairs with their suitcases, baggage, who aren't sure they want to go towards the light. Who aren't sure they want to go towards that energy. We've been taught the light is death. No, not at all. Not at all. Chance, not at all. Okay? We're still alive, right? I mean, some of us are going to die. Eventually, I would think. I know I'm not. But that's what it's about. Right? It's true. Others will fly up the stairs and people with their suitcases will be like, okay, I get it. Because they're not supposed to bring their stuff with them. Most humans cannot imagine being abundant, having everything they could possibly want. But it's coming. But it's coming. And those that reject that in fear of what they've been told, what they've been indoctrinated with, what they have been challenged with, will soon realize they were wrong as their life changes and gets better, as their energy shifts, not knowing why, as their children are better, not knowing why, as their parenting gets better, not knowing why, as the schools get better, not knowing why, as the government gets better, not knowing why, as the environment gets better, not knowing why. Everything is going through a revolution. Everything, including human beings, is going through revolution. All in different stages, all in different dimensions at the same time. You don't have to do anything but release. There's no steering, there's no wondering, there's no anything. Just allow it to happen. Interesting. He just showed me us being here, and we're just on the earth, and we're doing our thing, and being sucked like a vacuum into the next dimension. Yeah. Ah, got it. Yeah. Okay, it's 4 o'clock already. It's crazy. Went so fast. We'll do this again next week. Okay. Some form or fashion, he says. There's a lot of information that we have that human needs to hear. And the ones that believe it, the ones that take it in, the ones that involve themselves with it, will proceed. The ones that do not will eventually receive the message and get it. He says, and take it. Receive it. He says, some will take the message and not tell anybody. Just hold it. That's fine. We don't care about that. But eventually, you're going to have so much energy in your body that you need to release it, that you need to talk to people, that you need to get that flow. And he says that until I see you again, namaste. That's new. Oh, I know why. I talk about my higher dimensional beings, and that's who this person is. He says, I'm not your personal guide. I'm there. Okay? Guides up. Okay, well, thank you. Wow. So that was a fast hour. That was a fast hour. Big time. So, I got to shake that off and get back to where I am. Hi, Adrian. Adrian, you're going to love this, so you have to go back and watch it on YouTube because you're going to be like, this is so freaking cool. Okay. Oh, I don't know where to start. I'm still in the stratosphere right now. Hi, Sherry. I didn't even know you were here, Sherry. Sorry. Hi, Kim. Thank you, Kimberly. Yeah, so I don't even remember what I do at the end of Coaching for the Soul. Ooh. If you need something, let me know. 248-310-7689. Yeah, if you got any comments, text me. If you have any questions, text me. Because as soon as I put it on Facebook, I delete this. I'll go through and look at things. Bill Hobart. On YouTube at Bill Hobart. Thank you, Sherry. Yep, at Bill Hobart. And once I post it, if you guys would go over there and say a little, like the video and leave a little comment, hit the little bell so you get notified of new videos, because there's new videos that it's so funny that I did a video last week and I was going to bed on Monday night and I couldn't get it on YouTube. It wouldn't let me put it on YouTube. Hi, Nancy. And Monday night, I was getting ready to go to bed, and I got in bed, and Spirit says, oh, what you do is you post it it'll go on Facebook. It's like 5 minutes long. You can post it on Facebook, and then you can download it on your laptop, and I know that, and then you can post it on YouTube. I'm like, okay. So I got up out of bed, and I did it like 1 a.m., right? I'm like, okay, I got to do this now, because if I don't, I'm going to forget. So I'm doing videos as they tell me to, and they're coming hot and heavy. Video after video after video. I'm trying to get in that space It's very hard with Bailey because I take care of him so much. Yeah. So, and once he passes, which he's having a hard time now, I pray that he goes peacefully. I pray that God and the universe takes him one night, and he goes to the night, and he's good, and I'll see him again, and then I'm able to do and be different, and I know that's exciting for me, very exciting for me. So if you guys are interested in the element packages, which are coaching sessions, okay, there's different prices for now. Price goes up February 16th. So if you want something now, I'm telling you, pick it up now, okay? The highest one is Earth at $600 a year. You get 13 months instead of 12. You get an extra month for free. It's a pretty good deal. There's other ones. There's air, water, fire, and earth. And you get to in touch with me at least once a month. If you want to do more, as you go up in the packages from air to water to fire to earth, there's more of an investment, but it's well worth it. Ask anybody who's in the program. It's a really good deal. And I see their growth. They see their growth. It's much faster. I'm able to help them more. I'm able to, because they talk to me every single month. The Earth package gives you 4 15-minute readings a month or 1 hour reading. And right now it's only $600 for 13 months. For 13 months. I'm telling you, it's now $155 an hour now is what I charge. And I booked up constantly. Getting it for $600 for 13 months. So you're paying like $40 a month or $40 a reading, which is pretty good. So that's there. There's fire there if you want something less. Right? I mean, it just makes a difference on where you're at in your investment, where you're at in yourself, where you're at, right? All depends. And if you do a lower package, you can always pay the difference and get into a higher package with no problem. As you start to get into it, if you say, air, water's good, you'll realize after about 4 or 5 months that, okay, I'm really moving into my energy, I'm really understanding who I am, and I need to do something more. I need to do something more because I want to get there as soon as I can to that place. Yeah. So once I post this on YouTube, if you could please go over, like it, comment on it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And help me grow the channel. And so namaste, everybody. Thank you. I love you guys. Keep doing your work. Need something, let me know. And I'll see you next Thursday for Coaching for the Soul. See you.